What is up, crypto knots? I hope the crypto verse is treating you well today as I try to figure out what I'm going to say. I got a cat on my lap, so okay, hold on a second. If I go hoot and hollering later, it's because I'm getting clawed on my leg and somewhere else, hopefully not. Okay, last video. What did I say last video? Where were we at last video? Up in this ballpark here. We had tested this top of this channel, I do believe was here. Or was it here? I think it was here, actually. Ballpark. In the last video, I was talking about testing that top of that parallel channel there. I've since drawn in a bigger extension on top. That's just kind of how this works. I'll draw in a parallel channel, I'll notice, and then it'll start wicking out the top. Let's see how that top little channel I've put on top of the bigger channel there is now valid and in play. So I've extended that down, and that's where we're at currently right now, sitting at 62,987. The top of this channel coincides over the next, say, 24 hours, basically at the $63,000 level, 63,200 now, and then 62,900 in about 18 hours, 12 hours. So that's probably a strong resistance. But anyways, last video I left off, or I talked about here, testing the top of that channel, and I was saying on the 5-minute chart, this is the hourly chart. I was on the 5-minute chart, it was testing that. The more times the line is tested, the likelihood goes up that it will break, and then boom, there it goes right down. And I was saying, if it does come down through there, it's likely going to start testing this white line at 62,502, this white horizontal line going from left to right. And the more times it comes down there, I had talked about how it had recently tested it back here. And let's not draw lines every time. Get this video going a little faster for you. Tested it here and came back down. And this time it just came right through it. Boom. And then it came back up, and look, see that exact white line is now resistance. Boom, boom. See that? Boom, boom. See that? And then here it finally breaks through it. Well, not quite right. I have a lighter white line, kind of a grayish line above this at 62,732. Now I'm getting these horizontal lines going back to the left and looking at past interaction, resistance, and support. The one at 62.5, I believe, is a little stronger. But you can see that the one at 62.7 was support here and kind of resistance here. There's other dotted lines coming down. I have multiple channels here, as you can see, and you can see this dotted line here is the resistance. So who knows exactly sure, what the resistance is, but you can see several dotted lines, and both these horizontal white and the gray line are in that ballpark. So eventually blast through it, and then blast through the top here, and now we're in this extension up here. And an hour from now, it's 63,288. I suspect that's going to be resistance. So my last few videos, folks, if you're watching, have been spot on, and you're welcome. You're welcome. This could be really good information. Now, I realize a lot of people watching my channel are probably just on the spot market, and I just want to say we are clearly in a downtrend. Let's go to the daily chart. And I had myself and other people on YouTube, I don't want to go to my other chart, but and there's probably still people out there confusing this, where we're at in the cycle, the grand scheme on the macro scale. Let's just go ahead and do it. I'll show you my trade here too. This is the daily chart. Here's my trade. This is my swing trade. Now, lots of different kinds of trading out there. I also will go onto another account and do some day trading from time to time. But this is like a swing trade. Right now, you can see I'm in a short and a long. I'm basically always in a short and a long. My short is in good profit right now. I have a tendency to take profit off camera, and then when I'm on camera, both these positions will be bright red, and it might look kind of weird. But I was sleeping. This was like $170 profit on the short. I was sleeping when it went down to like 61,800. I would have, if I was awake and at the helm, I would have taken profit on that at that time, and then got back into a short but I didn't. So let's not talk about that. Why I don't take profit right now is because I think this might be dumping further. Let's go to a different chart. This is FEMAX, and on this specific trading pair, USDT Bitcoin, they don't have. It's not new enough to have the whole cycle. So let's go to this other one. Okay, so here is the last cycle, and sometimes when I start drawing with this brush, don't pay attention to the dates or the prices. This is just kind of for perspective. This is, would be, say, the $20,000 pump from the 2017 cycle, right? There's the previous all-time high back in 2017. And there was a mid-cycle pump in 2019. They came up and did about this level here. That's a little high. And then slowly came down, and then now this perspective is not right. But my point I'm making here is there was a mid-cycle pump in this ballpark. And that's what this is here, right? Right. Myself and other people mistaked it for this all-time cycle pump. I do believe it's not a bad mistake to make because we're not going to go down a whole lot more, most likely. I would say probably 53,000, 55,000 is a likely bottom. If it goes down that far, it could go further. It could go to 50, 47, 48. Keep that in mind. I mean, it could do a lot of things, but the point I'm making here is this is mid-cycle pump. So say this is where we're at now. Say right where now we're at. Say this is where we're at right now. What happened is this came up a lot further and later. Now my lines aren't perfect here, but right, and it actually broke the previous all-time high, which is that red line back to the left. That's 20,000, 2017. So you know what I'm saying. Actually broke it, and that's when it broke that all-time high. That's where people got confused with this section here when it broke 20,000, right? And that's why, particularly even myself, I thought we were there, ready for the cycle pump, but actually, where we are is probably here in the mid-cycle pump. It just went a lot longer, and so in the grand scheme of things, we're sitting like right about here right now. Just got the halving. The halving here was in May. This one was in April. So we're basically like in the grand scheme of things, we're right in this ballpark here. You know, if this here was coming, if that's the pump that we're looking at out here, this is about the time frame. A few more months. I would say July. Let's go back to the other chart. I would say July. You know, if I had to pick, speculation, of course. July and August could be the start of the true cycle. My camera's moving, isn't it? Dang it! I hope I didn't mess that up. Oh well, I'm not going to go back and change. No, I'm not going to make this video twice. It's hard going back and making a video a second time because it's so fresh in your mind. It's like, did I just talk about this or not? Let's talk about it 4 more times. No, edit it out. Wait, no, I don't want to make an edit video. Okay, daily chart. I've seen from time to time, I'll see some stuff on YouTube. I don't watch a whole lot, but I've seen some guys been in Bitcoin for a long time, and they're trying to say that we're not in a downtrend. We're just going sideways. No, we are technically going sideways, but this is clearly a downtrend. But it's good. It's a good downtrend. It's a consolidation, whether it's going sideways or down. Let's go down that. I'll go back down the hourly chart and give my speculation analysis for the next 24 hours, which has been really, really good lately. But you can see this green band down here I have from 50 to 53,000. That's a buy box, pretty low. And I keep saying the same things in my videos because there's not a whole lot new to talk about in the grand scheme of things. Well, I had the bull market support band moving averages on there. Hey, that's enough. There's garbage truck is here, and my dog likes to hoot at the garbage truck. They've disappeared, but it's about 55,000, which is about the bottom of, which is about in this ballpark here. Anyways, let's not talk about that. Let's go down to the hourly chart. We could, in essence, we could go down to 55,000, and we're still in the bull run is technically. But even if we go down to 47, 48,000, we're still in a bull run, in my opinion. Okay, so my last video, I was talking about it coming down here, testing the white line. I did it, and then I was saying if it broke down through there here, since I've extended that little top channel part there, but I was saying if it broke down and got into this channel, that it's likely going to get stuck here, right? And I tried to get out here, but I've extended this channel, as you can see, and even if it comes up to say 62,300 and puts in a wick, I still expect it to be stuck in here in some fashion. And watch the 62,502 horizontal white line as support. I do think it's going to be stuck in this. I have a bunch of channels here. Let's zoom this down. The very top here is the big macro bull flag channel, way up there. If I had to guess right now, this is thinking about this. Well, you can see this dotted line here in the center is good support. See that? See how that's working? Clearly support on the hourly. So that will be a support to watch. The resistance to watch, of course, is any of these lines up here. This one here, this dotted line here is where it's at right now. This here, I do expect it to come back down in here. It doesn't have to. If it broke out, this is a $2,000 measured move. Now the targets don't have to be hit, but interesting enough, say it broke out here from 63,000. This is just for perspective. In the next few hours, 63,000 ballpark. A $2,000 move, interesting enough, would put us basically 65 to, would put us basically right here. A strong, super strong resistance zone. It's that $65,000 double horizontal white line area, which is coinciding with the top of the next channel. So if it broke out, I would look for that at about 65,000 and rejection. If it continued up, 66,800 is probably super strong resistance. I don't expect it to go above there anytime soon for sure. If it breaks down, if it stays stuck under 63,200, 63,300, if it stays stuck, it's sitting, actually, I guess it's sitting right now on top of this channel at this green line. If it stays stuck in here, I do expect it probably to come back down here. It could come all the way back down today and test the bottom of this channel, which interestingly it coincides with this horizontal white line. The next step down at 60,800. 60,800 would be a support to watch. And let me just end this video before it gets too long. I'm going to show you the support lines that I'd watch on the way down. The one we're at right now, green, zoom in. The one we're at right now, on the dot, 62,806. You can see it. I just got to talk about it. Any of these lines down here is just support. This could be a good support because there's a dotted line on top of the white line. And then this is probably going to be tested. And if it actually makes it down here, we're looking at this area here. And multiple support lines. The bottom of the green channel there, the dotted line of the next green channel there, the horizontal line at 60,800. And that's probably where I would suspect the next bounce to come from if it moves down. And let me squish this down. Let's give you some perspective of where we're at. I was showing you the daily chart, the whole thing. This is the hourly chart. If I scrunch it down and zoom out for perspective on the hourly, this is where we're at. I should have done this at the beginning of the video for your mind's eye to see. There, that's where we're at. Right there. Right there. Basically in the big middle of the it's close to the dotted line in the big section of that channel going down. And let's see where the dotted line on the big channel is at. It gets confusing sometimes, right? So that's why I just zoomed out. Okay, the dotted line for the big channel, the macro channel on the daily chart that I initially saw, which I've added to on the bottom. But anyways, is this one here, this dotted line that goes through here. That guy there, that one. that'll be a strong support, which is actually there's multiple dotted lines. I'd say in the next 6 hours to a nice support to watch will be 62,500 area, which is also that horizontal white line. So 62,500 is probably a good support. Now, with that being said, it could just blast right through it. Right? It could just blast right down through it. But interesting. I do expect it to stay stuck. In a nutshell, what's my analysis for the next 24 hours starting now? I expect it to stay stuck in this channel structure here. There's actually another channel here that I should extend down at this point. And this guy is like at a little different angle there. He could be relevant. And I do expect it to be stuck in this area. See that? It's stuck. Likely stuck in this area. And it's kind of at the top of that area. So if I was going to say, it's probably coming down. And then come back up. And then come down. And come up. And then maybe it breaks out here. And then comes back down. Maybe it comes back down here. And then it breaks up here. And then it breaks up here. And then it goes down. Who knows for sure? But my next 24 hours should be pretty good. Coming down in a downtrend. Oh, what I meant to say, no, I guess I did say it. We're clearly in a downtrend. But it's that mid-cycle pump. Right? It's the mid-cycle pump. We're not at the parabolic cycle pump. I mean, we are parabolic, but you got my point. And I'll start repeating. So have a good day. Later. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe.